Welcome to Pigeon River Farm, doing farming right. I'm Robert Brown, the owner of Pigeon River Farm. Thank you for viewing. Well, good evening. In tonight's episode, I wanted to talk about our Scottish Highland cattle and an interesting piece of information I ran across. We're all aware of the big debate on climate change and the effects of farming and livestock and so on. So this has been an ongoing debate and not sure where the truth lies. Well, I did some research and I guess even some of my own observation. So my thoughts as a farmer and as a cattle farmer and as a grazer, and looking at the effects of my livestock on the environment, the farming method being a grazer instead of a confinement operation, I found a couple studies, and there's incredibly strong evidence that grazing cattle reduces, if not, quote, eliminates the effects of the methane that's outputted by the cattle that will affect the environment versus the amount of carbon sequestering that proper pasture methods make. So taking that one step farther, I found another study that went into some discussion saying that the Scottish Highland breed, being an original heritage breed that we can track back to the 6th century, is able to eat much more roughage, has low impact on the soil, and doesn't require any type of sheltering, and is incredibly healthy. So them are all the things that the Scottish Highland cattle have, and they put out less methane. Their digestive system, the enzymes in their stomach, produces less. And again, if they were put on silage, and I know they don't fare well. I've talked to farmers that have tried to treat that breed as in a confinement operation, and very poor performance out of them. What we've seen is they are very efficient grazers, and if this study all comes to light and proves out, it looks like one of the ingredients here to offset the carbon dynamic is simply looking at the breed of animals and, of course, the methodology. To treat that animal in an environment that's closer to nature. Nature didn't want to destroy itself, so let's use some common sense there. Thoughts of a farmer here, what is the most common denominator? So the health of that animal and the technique. So I just want to pass this on to you and looking for support. We all need to support farmers. We're taking a heck of a beating right now. We're all getting lumped in the same, because we say same bushel basket. Everything farming now is having an effect on, quote, the environment, and because having an effect on the environment, all farming is bad. If you've been following some of the information coming across over in the Netherlands, in Ireland, where there's literally a full-blown war on cattle grazing, cattle raising. And then I heard something, I don't know if this is going to come to fruition, but in our own country, the Bureau of Land Management now wants to restrict, if not eliminate, many of the farms, ranchers that would want to graze on federal land. If that's the case, that's one of the dumbest things I ever heard of. Two reasons. One is it's going to have an unbelievably negative effect on the cost of beef. Maybe that's the idea. Number two is the benefits of the cattle grazing. If we allow it to go back without the cattle, the livestock on it, it's been proven over and over and over again. From the high plains to the mountainous areas, everywhere where the cattle are grazing, they have more of a positive impact done correctly than anything negative. Invasive species, to get the life in the soil. So these are all factors, and I wanted to bring this up, but I feel it's very important that we all stick together on this and support the farmers that are doing farming right. So these are my thoughts for the evening. I appreciate your time very much, and have a most wonderful evening.